It's a beautiful day in southern Colorado, and today we're heading out to do a hike in the San Juan Mountains. This hike is called Island Lake and Ice Lake, and it should be about 7 miles and I think around 2,000 feet of elevation gain. It started at 10,000 feet and takes you up above 12,000, I think 400 feet. So it's a steep climb. We can definitely feel the elevation. There were 2 trailheads to this hike. One of them is a large parking lot where most people park, but we were looking on our map and saw that there is a forest road that takes you about a mile up the trail and cuts off about 500 feet of climbing. There are only a few parking spots and a pull off on that forest road, but we gave it a chance and thankfully we were able to find a spot, so we were able to get a little bit of a head start. It's a beautiful October day and we're excited to be out here and check out this amazing hike. This hike is one of the most popular hikes in the San Juan Mountains. We completed this hike in October, which is after the peak summer hiking season, so it wasn't nearly as busy as it usually is. We probably passed about 20 to 25 people throughout the day, but still had plenty of solitude and most of the time had the trail all to ourselves. We just climbed 1,100 feet in a mile and a half. At this elevation, that's pretty tough. I was definitely taking lots of deep breaths, but it looks like this part of the trail should be a little bit more flat, so give us a little break for a while. And this part of the trail is a loop. So you start off just on one trail and then you have the option to go counterclockwise or clockwise. And based on reviews online, a lot of people said to go clockwise. So we took a left and yeah, absolutely beautiful out here so far. Do you know how high up we are right now?
Right now we're at 11,458 feet.
Wow.
Our total ascent is 1,098 and our total descent is a whopping 23.
When was the last time we've been up this high? Crested Butte, Colorado, maybe?
Probably.
Yeah, you can definitely feel it, but I mean, honestly, it feels less difficult than I would expect, which is a good sign. Still difficult, but not as hard as I'd expect.
That's right, especially for the dogs, they're killing it.
I know, the dogs are doing so good. Strong little lungs. The trail flattened out through a meadow for a bit before beginning to ascend up towards the first lake. Since we were so high up in elevation, this part was definitely the toughest for me, but the views totally made the climb worth it. We're up here at about 12,000 feet. We have one last steep climb to go before we get to the first lake, it looks like. And we're standing here. I had to take a little bit of a breather, and Paul says, it looks a little bit dark out for being full sun, and he realized the eclipse is today. Is it called the full moon eclipse?
I'm not sure.
Maybe?
The full solar eclipse is happening today.
The solar eclipse is happening today, so we might be able to see around noon the moon go in front of the sun. And does it get really dark?
It won't get fully dark for us, but it'll become more twilight than it is right now.
Interesting. We'll have to keep an eye out. That's so cool. But yeah, I didn't realize it when we were in the forest, but it does look a little darker than you'd expect for being 10:30 in the morning with full sun.
Yeah, it almost looks like hazy, like there's clouds in the sky.
Yeah, but it's not. It's so clear out.
Yep.
Awesome. That's exciting.
Yeah, it'd be really cool.
Yeah, I'm getting excited to get to the first lake too.
Yep.
It's cold, it's hard to breathe, but these views are insane. Absolutely amazing everywhere you look. At this point, we were starting to get very, very, very cold, but the lake was in view and we were determined to go check it out. Made it up here to the lake. I'm trying to defrost a little bit. Paul had hand warmers in his backpack, so I have those in my gloves right now, warming up my hands. Feeling a little bit better, but it got real cold there for a little bit. It was windy next to the water here, but man, this shade of the color of this lake is just wild. It is such a pretty color blue. So I think we just got to the peak height of the trail, which is around 12,400 feet. Maybe we have a little bit further to go, but not much. You can see the first blue lake down behind me. The color is just amazing. It's so beautiful, and we still have one more lake to go check out. We made it here to the second lake. It's amazing and very cold. It has to be maybe 20 degrees and windy. Yeah, it feels very cold, but so awesome. Absolutely stunning out here in the San Juan Mountains. After enjoying the second lake, we started to make our way back down the other side of the loop, which was really nice because we had new scenery to look at most of the way back down. Thankfully, it also started to slowly warm up. So we just met a very nice fellow hiker who told us that the peak of the solar eclipse today was actually at 10:30 a.m. and 10:30 was when we actually realized that the solar eclipse was today, and we were saying on camera, it's getting a little bit dark, it's a little bit weird, and right before we got really cold, so it all makes sense now that it was pretty dark at that time, very cold, because it feels so much warmer now. It's, you know, a couple hours later, the sun's fully out, the eclipse has passed, but I'm glad we remembered it in time to actually see it, so very cool. We're back down here in the forest. We're almost back to the car. This has been an incredible hike. I would highly recommend it. And while it was very cool to be at the lakes around the time of the eclipse, the temperature difference is drastic right now. It is so much warmer compared to when we were at the lakes, but still a great experience and a great day out in the San Juan Mountains. If you're not already, we'd love if you subscribe to our channel. Thank you as always for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye!